Okay, so after you log on, you click on Maps and then click on Gallery and then hit the name of your project and then click Open. And I'm going to show you just a few more things that we can do with this. Exactly along the same lines of what Cassandra was talking about, but here's another thing that we can do as well. It takes a little bit to load. This will also test the student's patience. Okay, so come up here to the search bar in the top right corner and then click in. You can add an address or a landmark, or I think you can even enter in coordinates. So we're going to enter in Yellowstone. Yellowstone National Park. And again, it takes a few minutes. Okay, so it's really zoomed in. So I'm just starting to zoom out, and you can do that by clicking down here in the directional, or you can scroll up or down on your mouse. Scrolling down will zoom out, scrolling up will zoom in. So I'm just scrolling out, scrolling out. And then this is all hypothetical, of course. Okay, so let's say, and when the students do their road trip, they will have exact addresses of where they went and what they did and where everything is at. But for right now, we're just going to do it like this. Okay. So let's say my dad and I went on a road trip. We landed here at this airport on the far left corner. And then we drove along this west entrance road. And then we went over here on the Grand Loop Road. And then let's say we camped out right over here. Let's just pretend. So go down here to your toolbox, click on this. And then as we learned earlier, there are some tools that we can use. So this is a marker, these are symbols, this is a text, this is a pin, this is an eraser, settings, and then distance. So what I want to show you is the symbol. And this one's really cool. So we have buildings, barn, factory, house, school. So I'm going to use the little house. I'm going to click on that. And I'm going to drop it right there. And I'm going to say, that was our tent. That's where my dad and I went camping, and it was so fun. And then when you click up here on the symbols, again, click the arrow. So there's a lot of other things that you can use too. So we're going to also talk about the weather. You can click on it. It was a beautiful, bright, sunshiny day. We can also do maybe transportation. Right here we can say this is where we flew in. Boom, see over here. And then we drove our car on this road. And then land use. Oh, fun. Not exactly what I was looking for, but And then there's some other things too. Current events, we did maybe a campfire flame right there, and you can move it too. Boom, just click and drag. I think that's supposed to be like more like this is where a wildfire broke out. So that could be a cool fun fact or facts, like this is where a fire broke out, was up here. But we're going to use it right here. This is where our campfire was. Okay, and then we're also going to use this little stick figure, and we're going to show that we went hiking, and let's say we climbed a mountain that was right here. I don't know if you can see him. There he is. Let's just present. So then you can also take your pin and you can drop it right here. And then you can say, let's just pretend this is Avalanche Peak. Hope I spelled that right. And then you can drop in a fun fact. Fun fact. So I just copied this from the web earlier. So you can also type, you can also control V. Is that control V? Control, yeah. You just do it so many times. You can paste into there. So fun fact, there are approximately 1,000 miles of hiking trails in Yellowstone. Wow. And then you can do local resource, and I can upload a picture. And I'm on my desktop. You can come down here and upload your picture. And then this is styling however you want it to be. And let's do a white pen or a red pen. Description and done. Okay, so Avalanche Peak. So then you can click on that later. Okay, and then you can also do the text, and you can say weather was 70 degrees. And you can move this up or down. It was 70 degrees and beautiful. And then of course you can keep adding pictures all throughout. Like you can add a picture of your campsite right here, add a picture of your fire, add a picture of your car ride. So this is all kinds of stuff that you can do. Another thing you can do is add distance. So let's say this is where we flew in, and then we drove along this road to get to our campsite. So we can draw a line. Oops. I forgot to click first. So you just click it right there. So that's where we start. And then we drag over here to our campsite. So there, it'll say 18.3 miles. So this will really give your students an idea too. If there is 1,000 miles of hiking in Yellowstone, but your student thinks, oh my gosh, we drove so far to get to our campsite. Like, no, you didn't. You only drove 18 miles. That's like 30 minutes, 45 minutes, you know, through the mountains. So then you can start to give your students an idea of just how far 1,000 miles is. And then you can even zoom out. Interesting. Okay, so then here's like another mountain right here, Mount Holmes. So then you can do like another distance if you wanted to. You could do distance, you can say from our campsite, we hiked up here. Oops. And that's 10 miles. That was a 10 miles. Obviously, it's a straight line, so maybe they hiked a little further. But then, of course, you can drop a pin here, show your pictures of your hiking, and then maybe talk about text. You can say, that's not what I want. Let's use the eraser. Erase. Okay, add a text. And you can say, mountains had a lot of pine trees. And then we can make that yellow. Done. Mountains had a lot of pine trees. So you can make it a lot of fun.